Hi, this is Caitlin Rose, and you're listening to WNXP. he'll have to do for me.
Okay.
I'm Jason Moon Wilkins. We are here in the Sonic Cathedral at WNXP, and it is my great pleasure to once again be in the same room with Caitlin Rose. It's been a minute.
I know, I'm wiping water off of my boots right now.
That's okay. No one can tell. We do this, we have lots of post effects and everything like that. Yeah, it's all good.
That's what I was hoping for.
Well, speaking of which, you say that you did not get a chance during the performance to actually call out your incredible band. Would you like to do that now?
Oh, yeah. We had Jordan Lenning over here who produced the record with me.
Yeah.
And we had, which way should I go?
Go
we
this
had
way.
Sean
It's
Thompson.
Sean, tall.
We had Ben Parks.
Yeah.
Thayer Serrano and Brett Milkey on bass.
She was wearing a mask. I didn't even realize that was Thayer Serrano.
I know. She was a mystery.
A wonderful. You had not only great musicians, but great artists unto themselves as well.
I know.
On
We had
stage with you.
Sunseeker up here. Preston's got a shirt on. He's secretly repping.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Well, we have like a really in-depth, very serious story about you that is posted, so I'm not going to ask you very many serious questions. That's
Thank
the one
God.
you did with Julie Height, which is great.
Yeah.
Everyone should go check it out at WNXP.org. But since it has been such a minute since I've seen you, in your first record in 9 years, I was thinking about, okay, what it must be like for you revving back up and putting stuff back out. Is there a Rip Van Winkle type effect? Because a lot of things have changed, even the way people listen to music and are introduced to music. As you started to think about, how am I going to get this out there, was it just a very different experience?
Well, I couldn't find a label, so
yeah. They still exist
I heard they
sometimes.
were on a sign. I heard it, like a bunch of people were like, "Well, everybody's on a signing freeze," and I was like, "Oh, that's okay." But no, it's super different. Obviously, I don't think I knew how different. I'm still not nailing the content situation, so I don't know if I'll ever get a hang of that. No, it's totally different. I don't think anybody would say differently unless, they've put out a record every year. It just continues to get weirder. So yeah, but it's been fun in the sense that I'd never really done it kind of in control of anything or everything anyways. So this has been sort of a learning experience, and I don't think I learned anything for 10 years. So that's a fun part. Enjoying it.
Yeah, education's good.
Mm-hmm.
And
I do have a great team. I'm not doing this all on my own. I have some really great people that have made this an easier transition.
Well, certainly great press response for it so far. I mean, it was wonderful to see everything coming through from Pitchfork, from Mojo, Uncut, Stereo Gum, all these things, right? I wonder from your perspective, and you had some great reviews, in previous times too. Did you think like, okay, I'm going to put this out there. Will some of these people remember who I am? Have they forgotten my art?
I don't know, but I think that what I'm most excited about is nobody is upset about the artists that I've turned into in 10 years so far.
Yeah.
No one's like disappointed that it's not like Barefoot Pregnant Country or something. So yeah, no, I mean,
I would not have described you as that before, but that is funny.
Yeah.
I know what you mean though.
No, I think that for me it just took so long to even do it that at some point I still haven't kind of passed that feeling of just finishing it. Nothing's really topped that yet.
Yeah.
As far as like release from a release.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, it's a wonderful record.
But it feels great, Jason.
It feels great to me on the receiving end. I just this morning driving in was listening to Blameless, and it was one of those moments where, and we can cuss because it's YouTube, where I don't know about you, but certain songs, when they hit you, I'm just like, shit. Just like mad at it because it's so good, and that's one of those songs for me.
That's what I like when people are mad at me.
Yeah.
Especially, I like to make an audience angry.
Yeah.
And then see where that goes.
I
really wanted to piss you off with that song, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I feel targeted and seen at the same time.
She's so aggressive.
Yes. Well, I was, pulling up the memory banks and thinking about the time when you first got started, when I very first saw you play, and I really associate you and several other artists from this scene that kind of built around the OG basement. I felt like I lived there for about 5 years.
That and Mercy.
Yeah, and Mercy too. It was sort of
R.I.P.
Yeah, I know. Bouncing back and forth. When you think back to that time, is there a specific memory or memories that you equate with it, or I know there's good and there's bad. There are positive ones that come up for you from that time.
I mean, we were just talking about like my Swiss cheese brain, but I mean that's where I met old buddy over there and Tristan and Jordan. So that's kind of overall. That's what I think about. But also, we did a Christmas show one time, and me and Jordan and Alex Caress did Alvin and the Chipmunks. Christmas time. It's on YouTube somewhere. It sounds like shit. That's my memory that I'll take.
Okay.
To forever.
There's also, if my memory serves correct, YouTube of you covering the Phosphorescent song.
That was at the basement.
That was at the basement too, right?
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's his, I don't know.
He's a Nashville guy now. Did you know this?
I did know that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Well, speaking of old Nashville, new Nashville, is there anything in particular, you miss about the old? And is there anything about the new that you like. I mean, it seems to be sometimes it's almost a civil war between people about this conversation, but
Oh no, I miss everything.
Yeah?
Maybe not everything. I like where we've moved in terms of like scene kind of dynamics. I think there's a lot of great women and people involved in this where it's not such a too many gorillas in the pit situation, which that's kind of been the fun thing. I think I missed out on that growing up because it was such a male dominated scene. But yeah, I haven't started playing shows again yet, so I don't know. I only stay within like a mile of my house for the most part. Right. So I like everything over there.
Yeah.
But as far as going anywhere that I have to pay for parking or stand in a line, there's a lot more of that. And those are things that I won't do. So that's my thing.
Yeah.
I have nothing like great to say. I'm sure there are things I do like, but I don't go to like cool restaurants. So I think that's what everybody's it's like foodie culture, right? Which is destroying like the entire country. So just kidding. It's great. I don't know where that came from. I was waiting to say something really weird and then it came out.
That's not really weird. We could have a whole side conversation about that because even just starting with the word foodie, but
I love food.
Yeah, me too. It started as a good idea.
Just call it food.
Yeah. Look, I'm wearing a shirt that says Pierogi Mountain on it, you know, but it was a weird little spot and it was affordable.
I like food trucks.
Yeah, exactly.
I respect that.
Okay. So the way that I've kept up with you.
I told you I was just going to get weirder.
This is great. This is exactly what I'd hoped for. This is a Christmas present and it was early. So one of the ways that I have been able to keep up with you during this time is Twitter. You're great on Twitter and funny. And you also drop some astrology. How did you get into that? And how does that help you?
I think I got into it because I was having trouble not taking everything personally in every social situation in my life. So it just kind of became a fun way to maybe half-ass understanding what everybody's motivations are and how we all have different ones.
Yeah.
And also, mostly, I think it turned into kind of like a new dictionary for writing. I think it's a very kind of evocative language that I really enjoy learning and working with in writing. And it's just kind of another sort of symbolic helper. It's fun.
Yeah.
For that reason.
It's a navigator. Yeah.
I try not to overdo it. So let's cut this one short.
Yeah, no worries. I think we've covered almost every single thing that is possible. I do wonder, look, this will make this a dated conversation quickly, but that's okay. It's always good to throw something like that in there. Speaking of Twitter, if it disintegrates in front of our eyes, are you someone that's going to migrate your thoughts and your quips onto another social media platform, or you're like, I don't know, maybe
what if I could figure them out? I've like looked at them. I'm on probably 3 waiting lists, but then at that point I have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
So like Mastodon is very confusing for me, and then I don't even remember the rest of them. I'm just waiting for everybody to tell me what's the good one and for it to be exactly like Twitter, except without all the fascists.
Yeah.
And racists and
I mean, we got filters for everything
bots,
else. Surely we can
monsters,
do that, right? Yeah.
Dregs of society. Yeah.
Yeah, things that make opening it up feel.
Can we replace the foodie shit talk with that one? Dregs of society. That's the real problem, not foodies.
Well, there you go. Next album.
Sometimes I just say shit.
You just have a rant album.
Please don't encourage me.
Country, and I'm not saying you're a country artist because I love how varied this new album is. But of course, I love how in the UK that anything with a guitar, they're like, and you're from Nashville, oh, it's country.
I hear you're the Patsy Cline of our generation. That was a weird one.
Oh man. But country artists sometimes would do these like talk albums, like in the 70s and stuff.
I haven't heard.
You could do like a talk shit record, you know.
Like I said, don't encourage me. It would be a very bad call.
Can't you see that's what I'm doing right now?
There is one idea, but I'm not going to say any of the ideas.
Okay.
My favorite goofy thing is, I think it was Spencer. I was with Spencer Cullum. I think we were driving back, and I had an idea. We had an idea about writing something where instead of Music City, it was Magic City, and it was the same thing with like people coming here to like live their dreams, but to be to be magicians, and it was so it's like any two-bit hustler comes into this town, pulls a rabbit out of his hat, and thinks he's who's the big guy, who's the big magician.
Oh, God.
Houdini. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
But I like that's one
David
of my
Blaine?
favorite kind of stupid
Yes.
thoughts. There's a lot of them.
Well, I'll share what my son said when he was, I think, 7, and we passed a magician, and I'm like, "Do you want to go see this magician?" And he's like, "No." I said, "Well, why not?" He goes, "They're just unfunny comedians." And I was like, "Holy shit! How did that come out of your brain?"
Maybe he should be a comedian.
I know, exactly. It's, he's not consistently that funny, but, unfunny comedians, I think, is a really good description. Sorry, magicians.
Also, you just said your kid is not consistently funny.
No, he's
not. So I hope he doesn't see this.
He knows this.
You're gonna hurt his feelings.
I'm not consistently funny either.
Same.
It comes from the old man. Yeah. All right, before we talk more shit about our families, thank you, Caitlin Rose, for being here.
Thank you, Jason. It's so good to see
It's
you
so
for the
good to
first
see you.
time in 8 million years.
We'll make it 7 million years next time.
Perfect.
Awesome.